Et donc, so now Veronique happened to be bilingual, so we are going to do it in English. So Veronique is a creator of French Class
Classes on the road.
on the road.
Yeah, so it means that the school and the workshop are going everywhere in the school, at home. So I bring all my material and I'm teaching like that.
Oh, okay. Anybody can call you and say, come over.
Yeah.
So as long as they provide the transportation. But basically it's going in that direction.
Yeah, so I'm drive in the South Bay, but until the North Bay area, and I bring my stuff, so some facsimiles, some models. I have my case suite.
Yes,
and,
full of objects.
Yes, and with full objects.
So it's always 8 years old. What age?
So it's always from the preschooler until the AP, so high schooler.
Depend of their level.
It depends the level. It depends the classroom. It depends what
They
are
want
the
to talk
student.
about.
Yeah.
But you're not going to teach the same thing to a preschooler than to pre-high school.
Yeah.
It's
So the preschooler, of course, we don't write, but we show some object, and it's like a French story time.
Oh.
So once upon a time,
very
long ago,
there was a king and a queen,
and the human are like that.
Yeah.
And
they
are
love that.
Fascinating with that.
Yeah.
So always when I saying it's not because they are very young that you can do. So of course you can do. So you change your speech. This is the French story time. So for example, I'm doing that in the French American school for the prehistoric period.
Wow.
And I show them so many things and so many reconstitution.
There's 6 French American schools. Which one are you talking about?
Yeah.
So you do the one in the South Bay. Okay.
Yeah, South Bay.
And
they are very fascinating. I have a lot of questions. They have, I won't understand. Can I touch? Why do you use that? So naturally, they are very interesting by that.
Oh, they're interested. Okay. And what age seems to be the most involved? Like what age? Around 10 years old, they become a little bit more involved.
It depends your speech.
No, to do their little booklet. What age they can do that?
Oh, second grade. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's 8 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And after that, so I'm doing some workshop from 9 years old to 14 years old, so for a teenager, because it's more complicated or more specialist. But I can do that for all ages and even for adults. The only thing that it changes is not the object, is the story, what you say behind the object.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I mean, I like the story so far. Okay, so do you have a favorite tale? Do you have a favorite,
I really like all the period because each period brings to you something different.
Oh. No, I mean the story that you tell, do you have like a book of...
No book.
No book.
No.
Okay, so you tell them the story.
Of
Once
course,
upon a time,
and I have my knowledge, so I know that.
Okay.
And it depends about the question, and it depends the age.
Okay, so it's a fictional story though.
It's a fictional, but it's real. It's for real with the real event.
Okay. No, because I used to read those, tales, that people make up, writers make up. It's the same story with, there's always a princess and there's always this.
I change the story all the time.
Okay. And there's a mean person and the good person.
I have the pictures.
Yeah.
So I show them the pictures.
Yeah.
And I see direction about my story. And if the people ask me so many things, I stay
on the question.
And If not, I develop another part, but by experience all the time, I have some groups with one specific question, and we are on there. So.
Oh. It's like Les Fables de La Fontaine, but in a different era kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
No, but Les Fables de La Fontaine is more like 18th century.
Yeah, it's
no, but if you're teaching 13th century, it's totally different era. I mean, 500 just before, you know?
Yeah. So the first, I have my map, and I show some monument, heritage, and yeah, I change my speech with the public.
Oh, is there a horse in the front here? Probably.
This is a horses, yeah.
Yeah, horses, okay.
So this is
because that's the mean of transportation,
this
right?
is the friend race between two lords.
Oh.
So you have one lord ride in one way and the other, and the first touch the other part and fall down, he wins.
Oh, so you tell them the story of the race.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so they didn't race like nowadays, you know, on foot. They raced
it's only
with the horse.
it's only this race is very specific for the lords.
Ah.
So I talk about this castle is for the lords, but we talk about the peasants. So I have another models with the village, and so I show to the people how it's working for the Middle Age.
So not only you have that passion for history, but you also have a passion for children.
Yes.
It's
like that.
It's so in your poster here, you have children like 8 to 10 years old.
Yes.
And that's your crowd. I mean, that's
it's
your
fantastic.
clientele. That's your clientele.
Yeah. I have different ages, and it's a passion. It's really, I'm passionate by the transmission about our knowledge, our heritage.
The French heritage.
French heritage or Europe heritage. It's so fantastic, and you have so many things to tell that we can do a show
every month. Yeah.
Every month we can do a show because about it because you have so many things to tell.
Okay. Yeah. But, you know, you could change the name. Okay, Vero is your name, but you can name it middle-aged French classes on the road because it's about middle age, right?
It's not only in middle age. It's from prehistoric period until now.
Oh, okay. So there's an evolution.
This is a real evolution. I'm not specifying on one age, one period.
Okay.
I'm doing everything, and I show them. So every week I change the topics.
Do you go as far as Louis XIV and all those? No.
For this workshop, I stopped to Louis XIV and 19th century.
So you stopped there.
I stopped to 19th century.
Okay.
But I stopped because it only 6 weeks for this with
so you go
Française.
from 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. Oh no, 18. And that's
by period. It's prehistoric, antiquity, Middle Age, modern period, and contemporary period.
Okay.
It's like that.
Okay. So you don't go to the Industrial Revolution? No.
I begin.
I
begin.
Just before. Okay.
Yeah.
So you touch many periods.
I touch many periods. I have so many materials about all the periods because it's logic.
It's history, and each period tells you how human beings have evolved too.
Except for the specialists, and when you do a show for adults, it's a specific period, so you need to be more details.
Yeah.
For the children, it's not possible because they are too young for that.
Okay.
So first you do only in the Middle Age, but you can do more, or you cover all the period and you talk about that with enough information that they love, and when they come back in Europe or in France, they like to visit our heritage. That's the goal. Just discover what we have in France and not only see a family and beach and do nothing. To visit, be curious, and see our monument with different eyes.
That's great. That's great. So, do you, most kids stay with you for the full 6 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, they do. So they sign up for 6 weeks.
So two times per week.
Yeah.
I have the workshop during 2 hours.
Okay, and they sign up for the sessions.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday.
Every week for 6 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, so it's almost like a trimester of school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like going to college for them. Do they get any kind of credit for college out of that?
I don't know, but
they could qualify for credit.
You have so many things in science in this area, Bay Area.
Yeah.
So nobody did that before, and
you can ask a college to give your students some
credit. Yeah. So I don't know if it's give some credits, but for your knowledge and for you. Yeah, and you can use that.
It's something that they would have to take a class in college to learn about. So it does qualify for credit.
And even for the AP test, you have the question about our heritage, culture, French culture. And so it's you have for AP test, you have 6 topics.
Yeah.
And one of these topics, it's about heritage, it's about
that's in
culture.
The French system.
Yes. No. For American test.
For American, they can take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the French AP, this is the American test.
Yeah.
You have 6 topics. And almost among these 6 topics, you have one topic about our heritage and culture.
You can pick that one?
Yes. So the student, interested by that, can pick up this workshop and learn so many things and prepare the American test to that.
Yeah. When you take a test, you can pick that subject?
You can touch, but you can pick up...
but they give you that topic.
Yeah.
They give you that topic about history in general.
Yeah. But it's French...
based. Yours is French-based.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the AP French is based on the French...
system.
French system.
History. Okay.
So there are the real connection between the workshop and the AP test in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so those kids who take, like you said, the AP test, learn that when?
I'm sorry.
When they take the test, when did they learn it? In school?
They learn that at school, but because there are 6 topics, the teacher have no time to take time to explain everything. So it's very basic, it's very fast, and you can't... So my student, some student didn't understand how it's working and the period and everything.
So you go more details.
So more details, but take the time to understand and time to discover our heritage.
Okay. And they take that test in France or in the U.S.? Or
in
just,
U.S.
Just in the U.S.?
Yes, this is in U.S. This is a national test, official national test.
But why an official national test would touch on French history?
This is just a topic.
Just in general?
Yeah, just in general.
Okay.
So you must be prepared by that.
Okay.
But it's not a preparation. This workshop is not only the preparation for the AP test. This is the way to go in the museum and see the object with another eyes and not only I'm very boring. It's very boring when we go out. It's just when we do the workshop, I do a very
animated
and a story behind the object. And for the first
you can even add a little music, right? Do you have any music from the old ages? Probably not. No. They didn't record them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put the background music, a movie is alive with music, so I'm sure they make up a music. Since we don't have recordings. So
So this is the way to touch the object and see how it's working for real. Not only in the book, because on the book you imagine something, but here you can see, you can touch. Usually you never touch something in the museum, even it's just a facsimile. Here you have in your hand the possibility to understand how it's working.
That's true. And they can take a picture if they want, right?
They can take the picture, of course.
Oh, okay. Everybody has a little cell phone. Yeah. That's good. So, do you go into maybe a little bit cooking? No.
Not cooking because it's possible.
It would require ingredients. It's too complicated.
It's very complicated. But if someone, a real chef,
wants to come over,
with all the abilities, it's possible. I have some recipe. So it's possible.
Oh, yeah, because we had the chef Robert from Amelio Restaurant who did a whole class with food, and he made a tree, he made a flower, all with food. And so, he's very birds and everything just from food.
But very interesting connection if we do a connection and we organize some chef, this workshop. It's possible to do the reconstitution about that.
Did you ever visit the restaurant Jeanne d'Arc?
No, never.
Okay, it's also history of the Jeanne d'Arc era.
Okay.
It's like a museum.
Okay.
So every time he goes to France, he brings something from the Jeanne d'Arc era. Okay. So it's a museum, and it could be a field trip, because it's all from Jeanne d'Arc holding the thing to the paintings, everything that you get in the museum.
The idea is that all people can't do the field trip, or it's very expensive, or we need the liability, or we need So the goal of this workshop is that...
Oh, yeah, and you need the parking. It's hard to park on Bush Street.
So the idea of this workshop is not... You don't come to the museum. The museum come to you.
Okay.
Really, the museum come to you. So if the chef can
come to you,
come to me or my workshop, welcome.
Yeah, because
it's a great experience.
It's an add-on experience.
Or in the restaurant, that's possible.
Yeah.
So we do the
So you recuperated a few recipes from the ages?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wow. That must be all natural ingredients.
Yeah, of course.
And all organic.
No, very basic,
Very basic.
You can do so many things with the very basic vegetables or meat.
Yeah, because they didn't have like butter. I don't know if they did have butter, but they had flour, and they had, I don't know, maybe oil.
Honey. Honey.
They had honey? Okay. So they could
So if you do the recipe in the Roman period, you have so many, of course, oil.
Yeah.
But you have so many,
the eggs.
Honey. It's very sweet.
Okay, and the eggs, of course, they had eggs in those periods. Oh, wow. I can't wait to taste one of those cakes.
So
Although I would go even huge. Oh, they didn't have sugar, did they? Oh, honey, you said.
Yeah, honey.
They had honey instead of sugar.
Yeah.
Which is healthier.
Of course.
Yeah. No, I mean, I say the obvious, but in the old days, it was impossible to go wrong.
Yes, but it's out of the... Yeah, of course, it's out of the question.
Yeah, now we put so much sugar, everything.
But when I do the prehistoric period, I told to my student that the teeth of the human being was really better compared with us.
We get cavities now.
Yeah, less cavities. Because we used
no
candy,
sugar, and
no candy, no junk food, nothing very acid food, no soda, nothing. So
but how come they lived very little? Because they
have another problem, of course.
No, but they didn't have science behind them. That's probably what.
No, they have the science to do something with the plant. And we know that because we found some seeds. And we study.
But they live 35 to 40 years, then 50 to 60, then 60 to 70. But in the old age, they didn't live that long. I mean,
45.
45.
45, 55, you know, without the medicine.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you are in the very ice period with all the danger, with the problem you must end your food. No, it's fantastic. If you compare the condition and the problem compared with
and
the
it was no comfort. They didn't have a shower. They were living in very
no radiator, no electricity.
So that reduced your lifespan.
45, it's pretty
good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, because I think I read somewhere that just having a laptop extends your lifetime because it keeps the mind busy of the old people. Instead of going into, what am I going to do today? They have their laptop.
Yeah.
So it extends your lifespan, as in the old age, they didn't have all these things. So
say that they have nothing, it's not true.
Well
they use the plant.
Oh, they use the plant. Okay.
They use the plant.
But at night, they would read until it gets dark, right? Mm-hmm. If they knew how to read at all.
They try so many things. So
but so a lot of people didn't know how to read, right?
No. So the difference between the prehistoric period and the antiquity is the difference between prehistory and history. Yeah. It's the when the human being is able to communicate with the writing.
Right. So, but the first book I heard that was printed was the Bible that was printed.
Printed, yes, but not writing.
There was a book written by hand?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So they would write a tale, for example, and give it to a kid. But to be able to write was only the rich people would learn. The poor people didn't learn it. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. Okay. And especially for the male people.
Only Charlemagne invented the school, right?
He invented the school because he needed an administration. Yeah. Because he do an empire, but it was not for old people. So it's
it's a school, but it's just the beginning of a school.
Yeah, it's a beginning, and it's really for administration. It was for male. And
it was very
expensive, and rich people. So and so I know that Charlemagne.
It was a luxury to learn.
Yeah,
it was a luxury. Now we learn for free, right?
It's based on the antiquity system.
I see. Okay. So what age? What period is that? Charlemagne. What age?
800.
800.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
And after that, La Sorbonne was the first university.
Yeah. So that's good. And it's still there.
Yes. Yeah.
I heard that
I come from the Sorbonne, so I can
You did? Oh,
so that's why.
So everything is old rocks. I mean, old bricks and all that there.
Under.
No,
not the building. The building is very
modern.
Modern. Yeah. 19th century, but under now it's you find.
It's like a museum. Under.
No, you can visit. But when they do archaeologist test, you find the very old cities under the La Sorbonne. Yes.
Did you ever go?
I see the field, archaeological field.
Okay.
Because they need to restore the street.
Yeah.
And when they do that, you have so many specialists, and you see the street. So you have so many photos, pictures on internet. You can. And now they covered everything.
I see. But
because you are in the middle of Paris.
Yeah. And you cannot go in there.
Yeah. So close to La Sorbonne, you have the Roman Terme and Cluny. In Cluny, so it's 5 minutes walk.
Yeah.
And so you find the older building in Paris over there. So of course, if you dig and if you put off the street, you find the very old city of Paris.
Nice. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, you bring people in time, like Back to the Future. Is that the name of your show? Back to the Future. You go back in time.
Back
in time.
Back in time, really, back in time, and
because our mind travels when you talk about it. So maybe tonight I'm gonna dream of this era.
It's a it's a long story.
Yeah.
About human being, and I am a connection with a few museums. So medieval museum with Cluny. I'm with La Réunion des Musées Nationaux. I'm working with a few museums, and I'm taking a part of their speciality, and I bring all this stuff here. To be able to talk about that.
That's probably what happened. When you were young, you were dreaming of it because you studied it, and now you're putting it into reality in your present life.
Yes.
Because it just constructed in your mind.
I have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
It was a passion when I was young, really.
Yeah.
It's like when you fall down like Obelix in the magic potion.
Yeah.
So when it's there, you can change.
Yeah.
And I do so many things, and I have this opportunity for the first time to animate this workshop, cultural workshop, and I'm very I'm very proud about that. And I'm enjoy to explain that to the people, because you have so many
Are you like me? Did you watch a lot of movies when you were young? I mean, I was a movie buff. I mean, I would watch those middle-aged
Not really.
movies.
I have...
Like at least one.
No.
All the time.
I was in the museum all the time.
Oh, you were in the real thing all the time. I was in the fiction part of life all the time.
No, for real. Because it's better.
Okay.
The people think that it's better to see a film.
Yeah.
But... if you read for real the text, and if you go in the museum for real and touch the object and understand, it's really better.
Also in movies, there's always a winner and a loser in the battle.
Yeah, but it's not like that. So you have a fantastic beast.
It's peace.
I
mean, it's a peaceful experience rather than a war, right?
Yeah.
It's
so many things weird. And if you go in the church or on a monument, you have so many explanations. You know that the representation of the earth, it means 2 cycles and black and white. Yeah. So you have, it's like a comics. When you see the windows in the church, it's like a comics because the people can't read. So if you see that, you can read the story and another story. So it's better like a fantastic movie. Really better. You discover another world for real.
But so when you see a movie, you probably, because you have a critical mind, you probably gonna think, no, it wasn't like,
too.
You're probably thinking, no, it was not like that at all, right?
Yes, but I know that it's a movie, so I'm laugh about that.
Oh, you do laugh.
Yeah, I'm laughing about that.
But you can be a consultant for someone who wants to make a movie.
I never have this experience. But
like if a movie maker wants to make a movie about middle age, he can consult you before he put his pieces together.
If I have this experience, yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. I say yes.
That could be a side business, consultant for movies. Kind of thing. Okay, so let's go back to the basics again. So your classes are in English.
Yes.
Unless the kids really speak only French.
Speak good French for now, but I think that if I have the English people send me, okay, why I'm very interested by this workshop. And I'm able to open some classes in English about French heritage to explain, and they like it. So it was easier for me to begin in French. But it's not only this goal. The goal is to give the knowledge and show...
And it doesn't matter in which language.
And it doesn't matter, because it's not the problem about the language. It's the problem about... It's not a problem.
It's about this history.
It's about history.
Okay, got it. So thank you so much. I learned so much
Thank you.
each time I meet you. So you are like having it's like for me having a meeting with my old grammar school teacher, except it's a little bit more interesting because now I understand better because I'm an adult, right?
Yeah.
When I was young, I would totally ignore history class. It was this topic I hated the most,
and I want that. The mind changing for that.
Yeah, it was at the bottom line of my favorite topic because we would study wars and I didn't like studying.
It's so interesting. Yeah. So my job is to change, but because you are not alone.
Yeah.
My job is to change
that perception of history.
Yes, this spirit.
Yeah, because for me, I hated history. I said, oh my God, I have to go to that class. I hate it. I could watch. If I had to watch, I would watch.
It's a real passion, and I can bring something to you, and I'm sure that you enjoy about this.
Yes. I did enjoy our hour and 13 minutes. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for being here, and who knows, we might record something on...
Be welcome.
To record something on the field one day. If you do it Alliance Française, I would. So thank you.
Thank you.
One in San Francisco I'm talking about. Thank you so much.
Thank you.